Okay, so I'm back. I deleted some stuff right quick, and I'm coming forth with another video right quick to just continue the conversation about parenting and sobriety. And excuse me, stop popping that gum. I be doing the mouth sometimes, but anyways, nonetheless, um, I can't remember where I left off in my last video, but basically just talking about, the death of the old me and the challenge that comes when you are becoming a higher version of yourself, a better version of yourself, and the old you wanting to fight to survive, and the new you like, nah, hold up. It was, I always get the lyrics messed up. I'd be like, take me through it. I'd be like, get me through there, let me through there. No, let me nothing. Like, I'm coming through there. Period. Move out the way. Like, open it up. And so it's this battle sometimes. And it doesn't have to be, but it can be. Right? And so I noticed for myself, I was having these battles because I was holding on to parts of myself that felt comfortable. I talked about that in one of my IG posts recently, I think this week, about some signs that we are choosing comfort over growth. And it's real and it's normal, it's human, it's okay. Don't judge yourself. Awareness is key. And that's the whole point, is to be aware, because when we become aware, then we can make the shifts, right? And so I started to notice, like, okay, I am making myself comfortable. I am allowing myself to stay in the comfort zone, but I am literally wanting something different. I'm wanting change. I'm wanting better, but I keep making the same choices over and over again, time and time again. And what do they say? When you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect different results, that is, yeah, insane. It's insanity. And so I had to come to the realization that hashtag accountability, baby, you got to step it up. You got to show up. And it doesn't have to be this miraculous, like, outpour, this big theatrical thing. Showing up can look as simple as, I got up today and I said my affirmations. I got up today and I did my mirror work. I got up today and I washed my face. Like, because shit, parenting and recovery is a lot. Recovery is a lot, period. And then you add parenting in it. I'm like, oh my gosh, right? Some days I'm like, whoo, countdown, like, whoo, I need a vacation. Take me somewhere else, away from everybody. I just need to be by myself, right? And that's normal, because you are processing a lot as your body is going through all these changes, as your spirit is evolving, and so many changes are happening within you. Give yourself grace, because you are managing a lot. I am a single mom. I have 2 young kings. One is 16, the other one, he'll be 12 next month, actually. And it's a lot. My oldest decided to go back to public school, and so I'm like, okay, clock that. That's what's up. Get your experiences in life, right? He's gonna finish his junior and senior year in school. And my youngest, I'm still homeschooling him, right? So he's in 6th grade. It'd be a lot. And then working, and then managing a home, and having a dog, and managing, business. It'd be a lot. And so I know that it's very important for us, in the midst of managing all that, to maintain our non-negotiables, like our daily rituals. What are some things that you do that help you to show up for yourself daily and to keep you grounded and centered and focused, right? That's one of the steps in the Freedom Express book that I wrote about kicking addiction to the curb. Is like, we have to have routine, we have to have structure, we have to have, and I don't mean structure and like everything has to be like, black and white, or it has, no, I don't mean that. I mean, of course there are going to be times you're going to go with the flow, you're going to allow things to just be what they are, but there should be some type of basic foundation that you are growing and building upon. And in that instance, some of the things that helped me in the midst of my journey from addiction to deciding and taking action in recovery, right? Deciding that enough was enough, was, first of all, accountability. First of all, it's like, okay, I got to be accountable. So then I said in that, like, okay, if you want to live or you want to die, that was the reality that came forth to myself. And then it was like, okay, so now that that's taken care of, right? Now that that's taken care of, what's next? And it began to highlight that I wanted things, that God was preparing me for things, that my ancestors were lining me up for things, and I needed to be in my right mind. I needed to be sober. And so I was like, okay, this is it. And I'll just tell you a brief little journey of I think this is like one of my times before, because I've tried many times to quit. Like, it happens. You might have multiple attempts before you lock in, and that's okay. You know, keep going, keep going. But one of my attempts to stop, I remember my oldest was in elementary school. He had a back to school night. And in the midst of that back to school night, I was like day 7, day 8, right? Somewhere in there. And I went to back to school night, and I had my youngest with me. I had to step outside, and I just remember being like, ooh, I was kind of antsy because I was in the middle of detoxing. My body was like, girl, I don't know, where's the drink? Okay. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. But anyway, so I noticed later on, after, you know, this whole night, that moment in time, I was being called to become sober because I was becoming a higher version of myself. I was being provided an opportunity to walk into a position that allowed me to be a higher version of myself and to walk into my destiny and my purpose, right? And so I was presented an opportunity to become a mentor and a facilitator of a program and working with the youth in the schools. And I was like, that's hella dope. Like, yes, okay, yes. But again, if I wasn't in my right mind, if I had still been drinking, that would not have been an option available to me. And so I hope I'm not jumping around, because I'm getting excited. Then I'm watching the clock like, damn, I got 1 minute left. But it's okay, I'll come back. But yeah, so that opportunity presented itself, allowed me to really lock more into my sobriety. And okay, this is for sure, like, this is extra motivation. This is why I chose this. This is why I'm doing this. And in doing that, we were required to meditate. Meditation became a daily practice for me, being still, being quiet. And again, meditation can be movement. You can move, you can have moving meditation. But in this moment, we would sit still 2 to 3 minutes with ourselves. We would sit 2 to 3 minutes with our youth. And then after, we would sit 2 to 3 minutes again with ourselves and just kind of like, you know, recap how it went. So anyways, that became one of the main practices that helped me to really lock in with myself, is sitting and going inward, being still, holding space for myself. And in those moments where we did a lot of group meditation, we would hold space for one another and send one another energy and things of that nature. And so that was a very powerful thing that helped me to lock in addition to was I vegan? I don't think I was vegan at that time, but I was definitely, you know, getting outside, grounding, getting outside, getting more sunlight, sun gazing, all the things, eating more fresh fruit and vegetables, and started to drink herbs and things. So those are just some of the ways that I navigated the beginning of my journey, even though it was just one attempt. Anyways, I'm getting low on time. I have like 30 seconds left, so I'm gonna go out and then I'm gonna come back for another one.